And now, introducing your host, LFA.
What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's a nice 100-degree evening in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The sun has went down. There's a cool breeze coming in. The only thing that can make this better is coming out here and shooting the shit with you guys. Now, I receive a lot of emails from both males and females in regards to their partners who are playing games with them, typically in the dating phase of their relationship. I hear phrases like hot and cold, my partner's playing hard to get, my partner pulled back, my partner's giving me the silent treatment, my partner's ignoring me and treating me like I don't matter. A lot of these phrases. And when you think about it, these phrases pretty much all mean the same thing. But these are the issues that so many people are going through in the dating game. And they want to know what their next move should be, what strategy should they put in place to counteract this. Now, I understand everybody wants the answer. They want the strategy. But we can't get into the strategy without understanding what's going on behind the curtain. So tonight, we are going to get savvy. We're going to get smart and think about what's going on in your partner's head and what's causing them to do this. Now, first of all, let's start with an example of one of these games. And a lot of you will probably relate to this. So let's say you've met somebody and you're dating each other and there's obviously a spark. There's chemistry there. There is something, the it factor is there. You are vibing. And you are ready to progress this relationship and move it forward, and your partner decides to pull back. You wait, you're upset, it doesn't feel good, you're not sure why they did this, you're not sure what you did wrong, and eventually you say, you know what, I am ready to move on. And just when you decide to move on, your partner comes back. And you are trapped in this cycle because the two of you have an emotional attachment and they just keep going back and forth. Every time you get close, they pull away. You decide to leave, they come back. Why is this happening? Well, if you want to understand why this happens, you're going to have to understand attachment theory. So in tonight's video, we are going to get into attachment theory. For those of you that don't know what attachment theory is, I'll pull it up on the screen right now. Everybody has an attachment style, and your attachment style is going to be one of these 4 attachment styles. You've got anxious preoccupied, you've got secure, you've got the fearful avoidant, and you've got the dismissive avoidant. Now, the top 2 attachments are more secure attachments. The bottom 2 are very insecure attachments. These are attachments that you have to watch out for. And 90% of your dating games are going to come from the bottom 2. Now, the reason why is because the anxious preoccupied, this is your, if it's a dude, it is the simp, the thirsty beta male, the guy that is always chasing women. He is anxious. He's preoccupied with women. So when he finds a woman, he's going to be all over her. He's not going to play games. He's going to be desperately chasing her. If this is a female, this is going to be the stage 4 clinger. This is going to be the woman that you can't get rid of. You can't go out with your friends. She's always there. She's always calling you, always texting you, won't leave you alone. But this person is not going to play games with you. No, this person is going to be all over you. So you're not going to get games from them. Now, the second attachment style, the secure attachment style, this is more of a healthy attachment. This is the person that is able to just get into healthy relationships. They meet somebody they like, and they are ready to move forward. You're not going to get games from this person. This is a person that knows what they want. They feel like they've found it, so they're ready to be mature about it and have a healthy relationship. So that leaves us with these last 2, the fearful avoidant and the dismissive avoidant. Now, how does somebody become avoidant? Well, it starts in their childhood, okay? I think women are probably more susceptible to becoming like this, but at the same time, I think I might be a dismissive avoidant at times as well. So I think it can happen to just about anybody. So a fearful avoidant, or a dismissive avoidant for that matter, typically becomes avoidant based on their caretakers not taking good enough care of them. Now, what I mean is, let's say a child has a father that was never in her life or his life, and the mother worked 2 jobs, or even worse, maybe the mother was a stripper, or had a very bad way of making money. And as a child, the child needed somebody to change their diaper and the caretaker wasn't there, or the child needed somebody to give them a hug and show them some affection and the parent wasn't there. So the child, when they develop an attachment with somebody, they feel pain, they feel fear. So in order to cope with this, whenever they start to feel an emotional connection or an attachment to somebody, they distance themselves to protect themselves. Now, guys, this is probably 25, 25, 25, 25. So 25% of people are anxious, 25% are secure, 25% are fearful avoidant, 25% are dismissive avoidant. So that means 50% of the people that you meet are going to play these kind of games. Now again, this video is supposed to be about the games, but now that we've talked a little bit about attachment styles, and now that you understand if your partner is playing these games, they're one of these insecure attachment styles. Now you can understand why it's happening. Okay, and this is why it's happening. I want you to understand this. When you have somebody with a fearful, in particular a fearful avoidant, but this also happens with dismissive avoidance. Let's say you're a man that is pursuing a woman, there's an obvious connection, there's a vibe, she loves you, you love her, you're attached. But you are penetrating her bubble, her safe space. You're getting too close and she's becoming vulnerable. When she gets vulnerable, she feels unsafe. So she gets scared and she runs away. Okay? She puts her guard up, you could say. And ultimately what happens is once you create distance and you're ready to move on, that guard goes down, the fear goes away, and the emotional attachment comes back. She forgets why she was afraid, and now she's in her feelings again, so she wants you back. Or if you're a woman, he wants you back. Now, this is why I don't recommend you play games or learn strategy or, try to manipulate them into wanting to be with you. This is an issue, this is a struggle that they're going through in their head, and a lot of people need therapy to get through this. Some people can overcome this on their own. But ultimately, the best thing that you can do if you're in a situation like this is set a time frame. Set a time limit, I should say. So if you're dating somebody that is a fearful avoidant or a dismissive avoidant, and they're unable to get close to you because every time they get close, they get uncomfortable, they can't handle it, and they pull away. And then when they're away from you, the guard goes down, they get emotional again, they miss you, and they want to come back. This is a never-ending cycle. Now, like I said, people can get over this through therapy, or sometimes they can do it on their own, but you never know how long it's going to take for this to happen. You have no idea. So the best thing to do is set a limit of whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, whatever you have time for. You need to just set a time limit and say, this is where it ends. They're either ready to move on with me or they are not. Because this is your life and your time is precious. Now, they're going through internal struggles. They are hurting on the inside. They are really struggling. They don't understand that they're struggling because to them it's normal. They're so used to it, it's normal. They don't know there's a problem there. And if you try to tell them they have a problem, this is going to push them away even further because they don't want to deal with that either. They've learned to run from their problems. Now, like I said, the best thing that you can do is set a time limit. If they're unable to meet that time limit, you have to walk. Now, during this time limit, the best thing that you can do is lead by example. Okay? Show them that it is okay to be close, but you're not going to over pursue. You're not going to force yourself onto them, but just let them know that you're there when they need you. You're not like the caretaker that they're used to. You're different. Now, again, a lot of people are going to tell you games and strategies to manipulate. That's very sick. You know, a lot of dating coaches, a lot of the pickup guys, female dating coaches too, that are telling you to play this game like you're uninterested. You know, when a woman pulls back, pull back twice as hard. She's not pulling back to gain power. She's not pulling back because she thinks she's better than you. She's pulling back because she's struggling. You know what I'm saying? There's internal conflict going on. And if you handle this the wrong way, you don't know what could happen, man. You know, she might eat a bottle of pills when you're not paying attention. You know, crazy things happen. And in this day and age, you just never know. And when somebody is struggling this much that they're unable to even maintain basic relationships, you should look after them. But like I said, it's not your responsibility for the rest of your life to look after them, so set a time frame. Anyways, the key points that I want you to take away in this video is people pull back, people play hot and cold games because they have intimacy issues and they are afraid that when they get close enough to you that you are going to mistreat them the same way their caretakers did. Okay, this is something that is ingrained into their brain, ingrained into their psyche. You can't fix it. Okay, they have to fix it themselves. You know, therapy can help, but that's why they're doing it. Your reaction should not be in an aggressive manner. You have to be the secure one here. You have to be the strong one here. You have to understand, okay, they're going to do this, but you're not going to change. You're going to be the same. And you have to set a time frame, and you have to say, you know, eventually you are going to have to move on. And you can do it in a way that is respectful, and it's going to not cause them more turmoil, because you know, any decent person out there, you have to look after somebody's mental health. You know, if you care about that person, even if the relationship doesn't work out, you should be somewhat concerned about their mental health, because at least at some point they were somebody that matters to you and you're somebody that matters to them. Because keep in mind, there is an attachment. Their attachment style is just different than yours. I know it sounds strange. How can avoidant be an attachment type? The two are a contradiction to each other. It doesn't make sense. But that's just the way it is. They run from emotional attachment because it scares them, but there's still an emotional attachment. So you still have the ability to hurt them, you know, to screw their life up if you say or do the wrong thing. Anyways, guys, I hope this video was somewhat informative. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. You know, we got to move things to a higher level. You know, we're not going to keep giving you guys that same manosphere, pickup, dating coach, game bullshit that really doesn't work anyways. You know, it's all that goofy ass, childish, high school manipulation, you know, bullshit. And we're moving on to the next level. We're going to run laps around them. So, hope this video was somewhat informative. And guys, I got to get on out of here. So that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.